Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the FV3805. It's a Tier 9 British SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Redshire, and this one is under the command of talon1958, and it's yet another attempt to take the lead in the contest with Angelina75. The last game he played was in the Hummel or Mountain Pass. Didn't work out so well because he didn't get better than Angelina. She's still in the lead with a third class Bruiser and Confederate, and all Talon was able to get was, I'm afraid, a third class and a Bruiser. Couldn't get that Confederate, and that Confederate is keeping Angelina in the lead. Okay, well, Talon's moving to his firing position. Now, which Arty piece is he actually armed with? Well, he's actually armed with the top gun, which is a 7.2 inch gun, which is actually 182.9 millimeters caliber. Oh, well, he fired a bit of a snapshot in there to try and get that Rask. Got spotted near the center line. Now, as you can see, the shells are capable of doing 850 alpha, penetrating 46 millimeters of armor with a damage radius of 9.5 meters. Standard reload is 35.47 seconds, and Talon's got it down to 27.69, so it's quite a big drop. It is an enclosed vehicle, which means, of course, that he can use vents, and it's based on the, if I remember correctly, it's based on the Centurion. And that means that it's actually quite a tough tank. It is basically a medium tank that's been converted into an Arty. In fact, they made two of them as prototypes, but they didn't get beyond the prototype stage. Rounds out on the Leopard. Well, it was well aimed, but the Leopard managed to avoid the shell. Now, Talon's got some good defenders here because he's got a Jaeger and a G-Saw who can protect him from any enemy tanks trying to come down through the castle. In fact, we've got a large number of tanks trying to make their way through the castle grounds. Unfortunately, from this position, it's fairly difficult for Talon to get a shot on these guys. He has to let it dial in, otherwise it will hit the towers. No shot on the 50 TP there. He'd have to go much further over to the west to get a shot. Nothing that side, nothing in the gully, the moat. So instead he's going back to the hill where he saw the Leopard prototype, and he's going to fire from those. Now, there are three guns you can actually have on the FV3805. The stock gun is the 5.5 inch. Now, that's the same gun you find on the Crusader SP. Oh, there's a ding-dong battle going on just there. Now, that's only 139.7 millimeters caliber, but is capable of actually giving stun, even though it's below 15 centimeters. Rounds out the 50 TP. He got him. 264. The middle gun is the 6 inch, and that is actually 152.4 millimeters, and that's much more like some of the other guns, like the ones you'll find on the SU8 and a lot of the other Artys. Now, that's very capable gun indeed. It's the main gun or top gun for the FV207, the Tier 8 British SPG. Rounds out. Yep, he got that right. Direct hit. T82 took a big wallop there for 288, but he's not out of the game. Those Terminator tanks, the T832, were actually quite good compared to the alternative, the standard stock T32. Okay, that guy's going to be a danger to one of our guys. T95, he gets wiped out. Our Doom Turtle is now going to deal with that T54E1. Unfortunately, Talon shot didn't actually manage to get anything off that one. Changing position. Now, our guys seem to have cleared the castle whilst we were aiming at the Zeppelin. And so we're moving forward. fact, actually, he's moving to the west, the far west, so he can get shots over the entire range of the battlefield. It's much easier for him to get shots on the Zeppelin from this angle because the Zeppelin's not in the way. And that enemy's gone. Now, there are some other enemies. In fact, over here, we've got a Death Star. Somewhere behind that bush is a Death Star. Now, he can fire around it and see if he can get a hit. He's marked the spot for his teammates, but nobody's spotting up there at the moment, so he doesn't know if there's a target there. It might be worth a round, but he spotted an SU-130PM over on the other side, sitting in that alley. He's just guyed. He was taken out by a UDEV-16 on Arty. In fact, our team are now pushing on all three flanks, and it looks like the enemy's going to go down very quickly. Object 263 is about to be assaulted by an SU-130. He gets taken out by an Object 140. Talon shell doesn't do anything. It does appear that the Death Star was there, but he wasn't behind the bush, so it might have been actually better for Talon to hold on after all. That Death Star's going back to the bush though. And there's an enemy Arty nearby. We're almost loaded. So we're dialing in. The Arty's gone. That was the second to last enemy. Now it's just a Death Star. Presumably, there he is behind the bush. And he manages to get 220 hit points. Leaves them all in one shot. And I presume he'll go down to the next shot. Yes. And that is the end of the game. Here's the end of battle results. I'm afraid that was only a third-class mastery for talon1958 in the FV3805. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8 in that one. And he did get a Confederate, which means he hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks, subsequently taken out by other teammates. And the win 8 was only 830, which is not so great, actually. It's below average. But I'm afraid those scores mean that he hasn't been able to beat Angelina, because Angelina's got a third-class Bruiser and Confederate, which is identical, but she's got a higher win 8, so she's actually in the lead on win 8 at the moment. Let's have a go back to Talon's scores again. And if we look at the team score, we can see he's way down the table. Yes, it wasn't a great game for him. The highest damage in the game actually went to the Object 140, who earned 3,456 hit points. The Viz-55 got 3,397, and the third highest was an SU-130PM with 2,653. Talon only got 949 hit points. When it came to kills, the Object 140 got 4 kills, 2 kills to the Smur, and everyone else either got just 1 kill or nothing. In fact, the enemy team only got 3 kills in the entire game. Talon didn't get any kills at all. And when it came to base XP, it's the Object 140 and the Smur who both got over 1,000 base, with the Object 140 getting 1,149, the Smur 1,001, and I'm afraid Talon only got 655 base out of that game. He fired 8 shots. Again, it's a very quick battle, only 6 minutes and 13 seconds, so 6¼ minutes, only 8 shots in it, so he was well below what you'd normally expect to fire, somewhere between 11 to 13 shots or maybe more in a tier 9 game. And he got 2 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations and 9 splash. Damage of 949, all of it at more than 300 meters. He earned 12,977 credits from the battle and 1,965 XP on a premium account. But I'm afraid, yes, it means that he hasn't beaten Angelina yet. He says Nigel and the girls off to a great start. Well, actually, one of his commander on that vehicle is named after myself. So, yes, he's got my name, and the rest of the crew are all girls. So, presumably, that means he's got a very good crew in that vehicle. But I suspect in this battle, Nigel and the girls were doing something other than actually fighting. They were, yes, playing around. No, I don't think they would be doing that. No, not in the slightest. Okay, so Talon still hasn't beaten Angelina. She's still in the lead with a third-class Bruiser and a Confederate. And Talon's going to have to come up with something special. Maybe he can come up with an ace tanker. If you get an ace tanker, you win the contest outright straight away. But Angelina could do that any moment, so we'll have to wait and see. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. and thank you for watching.